I'm going to go across again to Gaurav for more on that. Gaurav, in fact, the Muslim side is also arguing that the situation is going out of hand. It's already amok is what is being said by Advocate MD.
So that is their contention, and that was the contention of, you heard when I spoke to some of the, namazis here, and that was on live TV, because one of them was telling me earlier that whatever we may want to say, how do we know it will be broadcast? So I said, you're live on India Today, and just say what you want to say. And their point was that initially they were under the impression that after the Ayodhya verdict, it will only be the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya and nothing else. And now they're saying that Kashi, Gyanvapi, and then Mathura Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi will then open a Pandora's box in a country where you have multiple religions. So what's the way forward? And then again, within the community, there are some who are coming forward to say that the significance of Mathura, it is the Yogeshwar Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi. If there is a Hindu faith, belief that Sri Krishna was born there, that temple cannot be shifted anywhere else. But the question that they are asking their Muslim brothers is, what is the significance of the Eidgah at that location? Similarly, what is the significance of the Gyanvapi Mosque at this location, where the Hindus believe that the Jyotirling emerged here? So again, there are many aspects that will be discussed in courts of law, for the courts of law in their wisdom to take a decision to move forward.
Yes, the court, in fact, importantly, Gaurav is talking about the need for a healing touch right now, with Justice D.Y. Chandrachud also saying that we intervened in this matter because we thought that it's going to be like a healing touch for both sides. An important statement from the Apex Court today.
You're absolutely right. The court is also talking about the healing touch at this point of time. But what will that healing touch actually be? What is the way to move forward? There is a lot of conversation that's happening, observations that are happening in courts of law. The verdict could well be very different ultimately when it comes, or the interim order that is passed. We will still have to wait, Sneha, for what the learned judges, and since this is a division bench comprising three very senior judges of the Supreme Court, they will in their wisdom decide the next course of action and pass an interim order for the process to continue. In fact, even here in Varanasi, the wait is for the Supreme Court either to issue a direction or shed light on how best to move forward, because there are several other petitions now in the light of new facts emerging, with the petitioners now seeking more access in terms of being able to pray at the place where the Hindu side insists they found, where the Hindu side insists that they found a shivling. What is also being said, again a story that we are breaking first here on India Today, is that a second shivling has been found in this area, according to the Hindu side, buttressing their case that this was a temple that was destroyed in April 1669 on the orders of Emperor Aurangzeb to build a mosque in this area. So there is this debate that's now raging about reclaiming places of worship versus, as some argue, the Places of Worship Act 1991.
Yes, Gaurav, be with us. Preeti, in fact, the very fact that the matter was in fact brought out before the press in the form of a leak report is something that the Supreme Court is not very happy about and has spoken about it as well.
Well, you're right there. Also, the fact about the Places of Worship Act, Sneha, the fact that it was contended to in the Supreme Court was not my point, but it was the point of the Muslim side that they were making. And ultimately, it's not going to be spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, the Congress, the Bharatiya Janata Party that are actually going to have any bearing on what the court does. It's going to be law over faith, and that's quite clear. It's not going to be on the ruling of passion. But yes, the court hasn't taken kindly at all. And I'll go back to the history of what really happened. Earlier on, what was the main contention also in the court was the fact, in the lower court was the fact that the Muslim side wasn't quite happy with the advocate commissioner who was conducting the videography survey. They said he was biased. Now, what also went down is, and I'll give you a first-hand information, is that the lower court upheld that and saying that no, he's not biased, but what we will do is we are going to attach in good faith one junior and another commissioner of the same level at Mr. Mishra, who was the AC that was who the Muslim side said was being biased. So they attached 2 more commissioners to that. The day 1 of the survey, Sneha, how did the media actually get to know of what really went down in terms of what was found in the videography evidence which was being documented in the survey? Was when Mr. Mishra actually came out, and when we spoke to him, he said, and I'll quote him, "Ke survey gopniya hai," that means the survey is supposed to be sealed, it's a secret. But he also added, "Umeed se zyada dekha," that we saw a lot more than we were expecting. And then that completely rolled into many, various versions of what was inside coming out. And after that, there has been a repeated leak that has been coming in from the commissioner's side. That today, clearly, where the Supreme Court is concerned, being contended with, that they were not quite happy with the constant leaks in the videography survey that went down.